Welcome, my friends. Today, I want to talk to you about something that is at the heart of every great success story: overcoming obstacles. We all face challenges, doubts, and setbacks along our journey. But let me tell you, it's not the obstacles that define us. It's how we rise above them, how we push through, and how we refuse to let anything stop us from becoming the best version of ourselves. You see, every obstacle you face is not a roadblock, but an opportunity for growth. It's a lesson that, when learned, makes you stronger, wiser, and more resilient. In this powerful speech, I'm going to show you how to take control of your mindset, break through the barriers holding you back, and use your challenges as fuel for unstoppable personal growth. The path to greatness isn't easy, but I promise you, it is worth it. Are you ready to face the challenges head on? Are you ready to turn your struggles into your greatest triumphs? Let's dive in and discover how to overcome any obstacle on your journey to personal growth. Challenges are not something to avoid, fear, or dread. They are opportunities waiting to be seized. Every challenge that comes into our lives is not just an obstacle to overcome, but a chance to grow and evolve. When you begin to see challenges in this light, you shift your entire perspective. Instead of seeing them as setbacks, you see them as the very tools that shape you into a stronger, more capable individual. The greatest people in history, from entrepreneurs to athletes, from leaders to innovators, didn't avoid challenges, they embraced them. They understood that success was never a straight path, but a series of bumps, hurdles, and detours that built their character and resilience. By embracing challenges, you allow yourself to grow in ways that comfort and ease never could. Think about a muscle in your body. It doesn't grow stronger when you leave it idle or comfortable. It grows stronger when you put it under pressure, when you challenge it. The same principle applies to your personal development. The discomfort you feel when facing a challenge is actually the growth process at work. It's during these difficult moments that you are being forged into a version of yourself that is better, sharper, and more prepared for what lies ahead. Embracing challenges also teaches you the invaluable lesson of perseverance. It teaches you not to quit when things get tough, but to push through, knowing that the reward is not just the outcome, but the growth you experience on the way. This mindset doesn't just apply to big, life-altering events. It applies to everyday challenges. Whether it's an obstacle in your career, a personal struggle, or something as simple as learning a new skill, every challenge offers you the chance to test your limits, push beyond them, and become someone who never backs down from adversity. When you see challenges as opportunities, you don't just change your attitude, you change your action. You become more willing to take risks, to try new things, and to put yourself out there, knowing that regardless of the outcome, you'll emerge from it with more experience, more wisdom, and a stronger character. The key is not avoiding challenges, but rather learning how to embrace them, navigate through them, and use them as fuel for the journey of personal growth and success. The power of mindset and overcoming obstacles cannot be overstated. Our mindset shapes the way we approach every challenge we face. It's the lens through which we interpret situations and determine whether we'll rise to the occasion or shrink back in fear. If you have a growth-oriented mindset, obstacles become opportunities and setbacks are simply stepping stones. If your mindset is fixed, challenges become barriers that seem insurmountable. The difference lies in how we choose to respond to life's difficulties. Life isn't without its difficulties, and we all encounter obstacles at some point. However, it's how we respond to those challenges that truly defines us. Resilience isn't about avoiding hardship. It's about learning how to face it head-on and continue moving forward. When we encounter adversity, we are given the chance to grow stronger. Each setback is an opportunity to learn more about ourselves, develop new skills, and gain a deeper understanding of the world around us. Through difficult times, we become more adaptable and better equipped to handle future challenges. Resilience isn't a passive trait. It's something we actively cultivate when we refuse to give up in the face of hardship. The key to building resilience lies in our ability to keep going when things seem tough. Resilient people don't allow failures or setbacks to define them. Instead, they see these moments as temporary and move forward with renewed determination. They know that every failure is a lesson, and that success often comes after many attempts. The process of building resilience involves taking risks, making mistakes, and learning from them, all while maintaining a positive outlook. Another important aspect of resilience is emotional strength. When facing adversity, it's easy to become overwhelmed by fear, frustration, or self-doubt. But resilient individuals understand that their emotions don't define their ability to overcome obstacles. Instead, they learn to manage their emotions and not let them dictate their actions. Emotional control allows them to stay focused on the bigger picture, even when things feel uncertain or difficult. Ultimately, resilience is a skill that's developed through experience. The more challenges you face and overcome, the stronger you become. So when life throws difficulties your way, remember that you are being given the opportunity to build resilience and grow. It's through adversity that you'll discover just how strong you really are and how much potential you have to achieve great things. Transforming setbacks into comebacks is one of the most powerful skills you can develop on your journey to success. Life is filled with challenges, and no one is immune to failure, disappointment, or misfortune. However, it's not the setbacks themselves that matter. It's how we respond to them that defines our success. A setback doesn't have to be the end of your story. It can be the catalyst for your greatest comeback. The first step in turning a setback into a comeback is adopting the right mindset. Instead of viewing setbacks as insurmountable barriers, see them as opportunities for growth. Each failure holds a lesson that can propel you forward if you're willing to learn from it. Rather than allowing disappointment to dictate your actions, use it as motivation to push harder and smarter. The greatest achievers in history have faced tremendous setbacks, but they didn't let those moments define them. They saw setbacks as temporary, not permanent, and they kept moving forward with renewed determination. To transform a setback into a comeback, it's essential to maintain perspective. Often, when we face setbacks, we focus too much on what went wrong, instead of what we can do next. When you shift your focus from the problem to the solution, you open yourself up to new possibilities. Resilience is about not letting failure dictate your future actions. It's about finding the strength to rise again no matter how many times you fall. Another key to transforming setbacks into comebacks is persistence. Success rarely comes easily or quickly. It's often the people who refuse to quit, who keep pushing through the tough times, that ultimately achieve their dreams. Persistence means continuing to take action, even when it feels like things aren't going your way. Each step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. And each time you pick yourself up after a setback, you become stronger, more confident, and more capable. Finally, remember that setbacks are often temporary, but the lessons you learn from them can last a lifetime. Each time you bounce back from adversity, you develop a deeper understanding of your own strengths and abilities. This understanding will serve as a foundation for future success. So when life knocks you down, don't stay down. Rise up, learn from your mistakes, and use every setback as fuel to propel yourself toward an even greater comeback. Focus on what you can control, not what you can't. One of the most empowering realizations you can have in life is that you have control over how you respond to situations, but you do not have control over every circumstance. Life will throw challenges your way that are beyond your influence. Unexpected setbacks, people's actions, or events outside of your control. However, what truly matters is how you choose to react in those moments. When you focus on what you can control, you take back your power. You can't control the economy, other people's behaviors, or the mistakes of others, but you can control how you prepare for the challenges ahead, how you manage your time, and how you choose to approach adversity. Focusing on your response to situations puts you in the driver's seat of your own life. It allows you to regain a sense of autonomy even when external factors feel overwhelming. When we spend too much time dwelling on what we can't control, it's easy to fall into frustration and helplessness. We start to feel like victims of circumstances, powerless to change our situation. However, by shifting our focus back to the things we can influence, our mindset, our work ethic, our habits, we begin to reclaim control. This shift in focus brings peace and clarity because it aligns our energy with what is within our reach. For example, if you're facing a difficult situation at work, you can't control the decisions of your colleagues or the outcome of every project. but you can control the effort you put in, how you communicate, and how you approach problem solving. This mindset empowers you to do your best within the areas where you have influence, rather than wasting energy on things that are out of your hands. By focusing on the things you can control, you also become more resilient. You stop giving power to outside circumstances, and instead you become proactive. You take ownership of your actions, and that sense of ownership propels you forward. It leads to greater confidence because you're no longer a passive participant in your life. You're an active creator of your destiny, VAR. The more you embrace the mindset of controlling what you can, the less stressed and overwhelmed you will feel. You learn to accept the uncertainty of the things you can't change, while putting your energy into actions that move you closer to your goals. In doing so, you foster a sense of peace and empowerment that helps you overcome any obstacle life throws your way. Take responsibility for your growth and success. One of the most powerful shifts you can make in your life is to recognize that your growth and success are in your hands. It's easy to blame external circumstances, other people, or bad luck for where we are in life. But the truth is that the key to unlocking your potential lies within you. When you take responsibility, you stop being a passive observer of your life and start being the architect of your future. Taking responsibility means acknowledging that you have the power to shape your life, regardless of your past or current circumstances. No one else is responsible for your happiness, your success, or your growth. It's up to you to decide what you want to achieve, and more importantly, to take the necessary actions to get there. When you stop pointing fingers and start looking inward, you gain the power to make real change. This sense of personal responsibility shifts your mindset from one of helplessness to one of empowerment. You begin to realize that no matter what life throws at you, you have the ability to control how you respond. Whether it's your career, your health, your relationships, or your personal growth, the results you experience are a reflection of the choices you make and the actions you take. It's also important to recognize that taking responsibility means owning both your successes and your failures. When things go well, you celebrate your effort and determination. When things don't go as planned, you don't make excuses. You learn from the experience and use it as an opportunity to grow. Growth doesn't happen without challenges, and taking responsibility for your mistakes is part of the process. Each setback, each failure, becomes a lesson that helps you improve, adapt, and move closer to your goals. Taking responsibility also requires you to stop waiting for the right time or the perfect circumstances. There will never be a perfect moment to start. The best time to take action is now. Stop waiting for someone else to motivate you. Stop waiting for the perfect opportunity, and stop waiting for the world to change. Take charge of your destiny today, because only you have the power to create the life you want. When you embrace full responsibility for your growth, you gain the clarity, strength, and direction needed to pursue your dreams with focus and determination. It becomes clear that the only thing standing between you and your goals is your willingness to take action and own the journey every step of the way. Never let fear dictate your action. Fear is one of the most powerful emotions we experience, and it can either be a catalyst for growth or a barrier to our success. Too often, we allow fear to control our decisions, holding us back from pursuing our dreams and achieving our potential. But what if fear wasn't something to avoid or run from? What if we could use fear as a powerful motivator to take bold action instead of a reason to stay stuck? The truth is, fear is a natural part of life. It's an instinctual response that alerts us to danger and keeps us safe in uncertain situations. However, the problem arises when we start fearing things that aren't actually dangerous, like failure, rejection, or the unknown. When we let these fears control our actions, we become paralyzed, avoiding opportunities that could lead to growth, success, and fulfillment. The key to overcoming fear is recognizing that it's not a reflection of our ability or worth. It's simply a feeling that can be managed. Successful people don't eliminate fear. They learn how to face it head-on and take action despite it. They understand that fear is a sign that they're stepping outside their comfort zone and growing. Instead of seeing fear as something to avoid, they see it as a signal that they're on the right track, moving towards something greater than themselves. To stop letting fear dictate your actions, you need to shift your focus from the worst-case scenario to the best possible outcome. Fear often magnifies the potential for failure, making it seem like the worst thing that could happen is inevitable. But in reality, most of the things we fear never happen. And even if they do, they're often not as catastrophic as we imagine. The real risk is in not taking action at all. By letting fear control you, you miss out on the opportunities that could change your life for the better. One of the most effective ways to overcome fear is to take small, consistent steps outside your comfort zone. Each time you face a fear, no matter how small, you build confidence and prove to yourself that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. The more you confront fear directly, the less power it has over you. You begin to reframe fear as a tool for growth, and eventually it becomes just another stepping stone on your path to success. Remember, the most successful people in the world didn't achieve their goals by playing it safe. They embraced fear, used it as fuel, and took bold actions that propelled them forward. So the next time fear arises, don't let it hold you back. Use it as a signal that you're on the verge of something incredible, and take that next step toward your dreams. Consistency and persistence lead to mastery. Success doesn't come overnight, and mastery is not achieved through a single bold effort. It's the result of small, deliberate actions taken consistently over time. When you commit to putting in the work, even when results seem slow, you are building the foundation for greatness. Whether you're working toward a personal goal, learning a new skill, or building a career, consistency is the key that unlocks long-term success. The path to mastery is built through daily habits, repeated actions, and unwavering dedication. It's easy to start something with enthusiasm and energy, but the true challenge lies in maintaining that level of commitment over time, especially when you encounter setbacks or face periods of doubt. Persistence is the force that keeps you going when motivation fades. And it's this persistence that ultimately separates those who succeed from those who quit too soon. Consistency means showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, and putting in the effort to improve. It means doing the work behind the scenes, day in and day out, when no one is watching, and knowing that each small step is moving you closer to your goal. Over time, these seemingly small actions compound, and their cumulative effect is powerful. Every effort, no matter how small, contributes to your growth and moves you toward mastery. Persistence, on the other hand, is about resilience, the ability to keep going despite challenges, failures, or obstacles. It's about not allowing setbacks to discourage you, but instead using them as learning experiences. When things get tough, persistence is what drives you to keep pushing forward. It's the refusal to give up, no matter how hard the journey becomes. Those who master their craft understand that the road is long, but they trust the process, knowing that persistence will eventually pay off. The combination of consistency and persistence creates a powerful momentum. When you keep showing up, doing the work, and refusing to quit, you build a skill set, a mindset, and a body of knowledge that allow you to perform at the highest level. Mastery is not an event. It's a process that unfolds gradually as you commit to the long-term effort of consistent action and relentless perseverance. Success in any form is the product of continuous effort and the determination to never stop learning and growing. So remember, if you want to master something, stay consistent, stay persistent, and trust that every step you take is bringing you closer to your goal. Your obstacles are the stepping stones to your greatest success. Every challenge you face, every roadblock you encounter, and every difficulty that seems to stand in your way is not an insurmountable hurdle, but an opportunity to grow, adapt, and succeed. Too often, people see obstacles as signs that they're on the wrong path, or that they're not cut out for success. But in reality, obstacles are the very things that shape you into the person capable of achieving your goals. Without challenges, there would be no growth, no innovation, and no true progress. Each obstacle presents an opportunity to learn something new, whether it's about yourself, your goals, or the path you're on. When you face difficulties, you are forced to step outside your comfort zone, think creatively, and develop solutions you never would have considered otherwise. These experiences teach you resilience, perseverance, and problem-solving skills, all of which are crucial for success. When you look back at your life, the obstacles you've overcome often become your greatest sources of pride and strength. In fact, the most successful people in the world have faced some of the greatest challenges imaginable. It's not their obstacles that define them. It's their ability to push through those obstacles, learn from them, and come out stronger on the other side. They understand that success isn't about avoiding difficulties, but about learning how to navigate them with determination and confidence. Every time they face an obstacle, they see it as a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. The key to turning obstacles into stepping stones is your mindset. When you approach a challenge with the belief that it can be overcome, and that it's simply a part of your journey, you empower yourself to take action. You no longer see obstacles as roadblocks, but as opportunities to refine your skills, build character, and move closer to your goals. By changing your perspective, you change your relationship with difficulty and transform it into a tool for growth. So the next time you face an obstacle, don't see it as something to fear or avoid. Embrace it as a necessary part of your journey. Trust that it's helping you become the person you need to be in order to achieve your greatest success. Your obstacles are not there to stop you. They are there to propel you forward. In conclusion, the obstacles you face, the challenges you encounter, and the setbacks you experience are all part of the journey toward your greatest success. Remember, it's not the difficulties that define you, but how you rise above them. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger, learn more, and become the person you were meant to be. Keep pushing, keep growing, and never stop believing in yourself. Success is built one step at a time, and with each obstacle you overcome, you're getting closer to your dreams. If you're ready to take your life to the next level and continue your journey of personal growth, don't forget to subscribe to Better Rise for daily motivation. Join us for more powerful insights, tips, and inspiration to help you overcome any obstacle and unlock your true potential. Hit that subscribe button and start transforming your vision into reality today.